Hello there and welcome. My name is Julie and this is Stamp with Julie Baum. Today we're going to be making this cute bookmark and it features our brand new in colors. There are 5 of them. This is going to go together quite quickly and easily. I'm going to show you how. Before we jump into that, I want to mention a couple of things. When you're watching the video and I mention things like dimensions or specific instructions, if you don't quite catch it while the video is playing, you can always click the show more words that are below this video, and that box will actually open up and give you a lot more space to find all the information that you might be looking for. So be sure and use that click on show more. Also, if after watching today's video or any of my other videos, you're interested in placing an order, I do invite you over to my online store. Right now, I have a host code that you'll enter at the box in the checkout screen, and this is the current host code. Also, if you want to go to my website and find other information and articles, you can visit my website at Stamp with Julie Baum. And if you just need a quick screenshot or a way to remember, an easy way to connect with me on all of my different sites, you can always use my Linktree link, which is right here. So this is a good time to grab that or take a screenshot so that you remember. All of this information is always below my videos. I want to make it as easy as possible for you to keep up with what is going on. So let's make our bookmark. This was actually one of the projects that we made at Stamp Club in May. We only met last week, and so these projects are still quite fresh. I'll be sharing them in different formats. So to begin with, I started with a piece of black cardstock that measures 2 inches by 6 inches. I have a piece of basic white cardstock that's just a tiny bit smaller. This measures 5 3/4 inches by 1 3/4 inches. Now, by the way, this is a great bookmark size, even if you're not going to make the exact design that I'm making today. It's just a really good size for you to keep for future bookmark projects. I have a piece of our black and white gingham ribbon. This piece only measures about 5 or 6 inches long. You don't need a long piece of ribbon for this project. All right, now what I've done is I've taken scraps of the in color cardstock. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to use a punch. This happens to be a retired punch, but I like the size of it. It's a kind of a small scalloped circle. It's 1 1/8 inch, and I'm going to punch a circle out of each of the scrap colors. Now, our in colors are introduced 5 new ones each year, and the colors stick around for 2 years at a time. So the colors that were introduced last year are still available, and the colors that have just been introduced in the annual catalog for 2023 will be around for 2 years. So one set of 5 colors is always rotating out, a new set of 5 colors is always rotating in, and then there's one that remains, so that each one is good for 2 years. All right, so there's my colors. All I'm going to do is use my liquid glue to attach those to that white cardstock piece. And I'm going to start with copper clay. I want to leave a little bit of room at the top because I am going to punch a hole to hold my ribbon. So I don't want to get too close to the top here. Just come down a little ways. And I'm also going to be kind of zigzagging these. You could fit them on however you like and in whatever order. This is just the design that I chose. All right. You could also punch these out with a different shape if you wanted to use a circle or a square. I mean, you can just take the idea and use what you have. All right, so I've got my little scalloped circles in place. The next thing is to attach their little labels. So what I did is I simply printed them out onto just copy paper using my computer. And then with regular scissors, I snipped those out to be little individual labels. So that's what I've got here. And at this point, I encouraged my students at Stamp Club to either attach the labels in like a nice, neat, orderly way, which would be reflected maybe like this, or you could do a little bit more of a whimsical look like this. So the choice is totally yours, but just a dab or two of liquid glue on the back of your label, and then attaching it in whatever manner you chose. So this color is copper clay. The next one down is wild wheat. Now I'll tell you, I'm already imagining cards in the fall with these colors especially. Not that they're not going to get used a lot of other times too, but I think that copper clay and wild wheat, even mixed with boho blue, they're going to look lovely for fall. All right, this one is called Pebbled Path, and even though we do have some other neutrals and some grays and tans, this kind of fits a little spot that we didn't really have covered. It's a grayish brown. Moody Mauve is next. And then boho blue. All right, once you have all your little labels in place, I think I'll turn this one this way. Then you simply attach your decorated piece here to your background. So this is going onto that black cardstock, leaving just a little border of color all the way around. Then I have just a regular hole punch. This is the kind you would get from just like a office supply store or Amazon. It's probably about a 1/4 inch hole. I'm not sure, because like I said, it's just a standard hole punch. This thing is ancient. So I've punched my hole, and now I've got my piece of ribbon. You can do this one of two ways. And I'm going to make this easier on myself. I'm going to angle the ends a little bit. It will make it easier to push through the hole I just punched. So let me show you the two ways you can do this. Either way starts the same. So you're going to hold the two cut edges together, and you're either going to thread through the front of the project, which I'll do it both ways so you can see what it looks like, and then you can decide which way you want to do it. So I'm going to thread the ends through the front, then through this loop, you're going to put the cut ends through and pull. So this is the look you're going to get if you feed it through the front of the card. I'm not going to pull it too tight. Let me show you the other way. If you take the loose ends and you thread from the back to the front, you're just going to get a little bit of a different look. So now, same thing, I'm going to reach through the loop, pull the loose ends or the cut ends through, and then this is the look that you get. I kind of prefer this look. I think it's a really neat looking knot at the top of the project, how this comes across the pieces that are together. So that's the way that I like to do it. So I typically will thread from the back to the front, but it does not matter. Both ways hold the same. It's just up to you. Then I'm going to trim those edges to make it just a little bit neater. And there we have a really cute bookmark that you could use if you're reading your favorite book, Or it also makes a great placeholder if you're looking through the new catalog and you need to mark your page. So there you have it. Thanks for watching. And as I mentioned earlier, be sure and click on Show More so that you can find the information that I have left for you. If you have not subscribed to my channel, I would invite you to do so, and also click the notification bell so that you get a notice each time I put a new video here on my YouTube channel. Until next time, happy stamping.